What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry here on Another Letdown Media. My name is Zach from Another Letdown and the This Is Difficult video game podcast. I'll be one of your hosts this evening. This is the show where I hang out with my good buddies on a Saturday night, probably after we should have gone to bed, and work through the ridiculous backlog of minis that we have to paint. On the line tonight, I have, as usual, my good buddies Adam and Mike. Guys, how's it going?
Going great.
Short and sweet. I love it. It's late. It's a Saturday. It's painting time. As with all the shows that we host on the Another Letdown Media channel and the This Is Difficult podcast network, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. So, let's do some painting. I have the Professor Pig mini that I started last week to finish up. So he'll be done, as well as I also have on deck, because I was watching Alice in Wonderland today, the Tweedles, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Nice.
So we'll see how they come out. They shouldn't be too hard. They're pretty much just a bunch of flat color.
Yeah, they're big though.
They are larger, which, I mean, as we've seen, I do better with larger minis. I'm happier with them. I think part of that is, my background in painting comes from painting Warhammer dwarfs, which tend to be a little bit dumpy and larger. Adam, who have you got on the docket tonight?
So I have my first 3D printed minis that I will be painting. I have a Colossus and Shadowcat.
Nice.
Crisis Protocol scale, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah. It's once again making use of the, I'm not going to say excessive amount of bases that they send you with Crisis Protocol, but the wonderful, wonderful extra bases.
Yeah, excessive is not far off, honestly. They send you a lot.
They really do. I've got I've got like a big plastic baggie full of them, and most of the lid of my paint box is full of them too. And how about you, Mike?
I was about to say, I've got Commander Cody from Star Wars Legion, the the Republic Specialist pack has a commander with the little fancy hologram and other stuff, and so I'm painting him up like Commander Cody because of the infamous Order 66 scene from Episode 3.
Oh, that scene.
Couldn't he have done that before we gave him his lightsaber?
What the hell?
Probably one of the greatest things from the book that got left out of the movie was that line.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Alright, I guess I can... It's just too blue. Oh, I'm agonizing over the color of this smock here. I really like what the Null and Oil did to it. I'm like, do I want to change this? Do I want to highlight it? Yes.
I would keep it dirty.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to splash Blood for the Blood God all over it, too.
Yeah, I mean, I would not... If it were me, I would not highlight that.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it alone. His shirt I'll highlight a little bit. Very, very little bit. Because I've got Elysian Green. I think that'll work really well for it. But I think the smock, especially with being that I'm going to put Blood for the Blood God on it, I think it's probably just best left alone.
So I'm doing both of these today because they should be pretty simple paint jobs, I think. Mm-hmm. There's only like 2 or 3 colors on these. So.
Now, Mike, you got in a couple of Crisis Protocol packs this week, too.
I did. Apparently my parents got on my Amazon wish list and bought me a handful. They got me all of the X-Men, so Beast, Mystique, Storm, Cyclops, and Magneto, and Toad. They did not get me Wolverine and Sabretooth, though.
I got that one.
I had dinner with them Friday night, and they said that they also got me Miles Morales and Ghost Spider.
Okay.
Spider-Man or whatever. So I've got that coming in too.
Nice.
That's just not in yet.
I have none of the X-Men yet. I have Magneto and Toad. And I've done, I've done 3D printed of these two, and Blob. Which is pretty cool.
How'd you get the blob off of the 3D printer?
Oh, go to bed, Broody. Especially considering that Adam currently has a blob on the 3D printer.
Well, there's no one on there right now, but yeah, I screwed it up. They are pretty easy to screw up.
Yeah. The one we have at the school is a PLA plastic printer, but I somehow managed to screw it up for over 2 years before I fixed it. Or rather, before 2 of my 6th graders fixed it. That was pretty impressive.
Oh wow, she has an earring. This is super detailed.
Oh my god.
I love this thing. I love it a lot.
And that was the idea.
It's like, eyes are nice and big, so there's trouble with those.
I think this is working pretty well, actually. I'm literally just doing the very highest areas on this shirt with this green. So I watched the Back to the Future trilogy for the first time today.
Wait, you've never seen it?
I've seen the first one. Never saw the second two.
Oh. Alright, well. Thought.
That was an interesting experience. I'm a huge Michael J. Fox fan, first of all. Like, I loved his bit. Spin City is one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm really fascinated by, you know, his resilience, dealing with the various physical handicaps.
Doesn't hurt.
Huh?
I'm sure his Scrubs episode doesn't hurt.
I do love his Scrubs episodes. Dr. Kevin Casey. But I mean, like, I watched Back to the Future, the first one, when I was a very small child. Like, but I never, like, I probably have seen the other two either on TV or like working at the video store or whatever, but never really like sat down intending to watch them. Because I definitely remember chunks of them.
Those are those cultural osmosis movies too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. But they're pretty fun. I have no regrets. And it was a good thing to watch while I was building Crisis Protocol minis.
There we go. I'll just leave her eyes like that.
Oh, good lord. I guess it's pink time. I'm gonna go to pink horror before I go to Emperor's Children. I also think it's time to refold this.
haven't had it paint since so.
What's that?
I haven't had to paint eyes in so long.
Yeah.
That because like most comic book heroes just have white
White
eyes.
dots, yeah.
Let's get that off of there. So yeah, I finished up. I guess I had half made Spider-Man in the drive.
Oh, God. I can't believe we didn't finish him. Hey, Kirk. How's it going?
So I finished him up. And he is in there now. And
Awesome.
I threw together Hawkeye, which was the easiest time finding images I've ever had.
Oh, absolutely. Did you just go on the respect thread and...
Yeah,
bananas?
well, because
Yeah.
the respect thread was just like a list of every arrow he's ever shot. So like
Oh, nice.
the specific ones, really easy to find. Usually, it's actually harder to find like the more famous characters. Like Spider-Man was really hard to find specific images of what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so much TV and
Movie stuff.
movies and toys and everything like that. So like you'll search like web swing, or like swing kick or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And you'll get 1,000 images from video games in an action figure.
Right.
It's like swing reaction Spider-Man.
Gross. Kirk, what was your tournament for? And congratulations on first placing it.
Hey, nice.
Transformers TCG. Oh, nice. I've heard some good things about that game. I'm not big on trading card games. It's just not my jam. But respect to you for winning and for playing that. Okay. Ah, Chuck's here. How's it going, Chuck? It's going well. Working on Professor Pig and Commander Cody and some X-Men. Life is good.
I hardly used this one for balls.
I'm gonna look at this movie off camera.
So the paint's coming off of my colossal mess up.
Oh, yeah, graffiti paint.
Yeah. So like I've got like I'll just like take one out and clean it off, and like I'll get them down to like this.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, fair.
So they're not lost forever, but
Definitely some
a lot of
aggressive
work.
learning and growing done there.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, folks, do not buy graffiti paint. It is not the same as what you think it is.
Unless you're trying to do graffiti.
Right. Unless you own the wall and are intending to do graffiti upon it.
Yep. On the wall, someone can commission you to do their wall.
Right.
Also file, like, to me at least, I'd file, like, what Miles does in Spider-Verse, like go into the sewer under like civil disobedience. He's not technically supposed to do that, but really, who's he hurting?
Right. God, that movie's amazing. Oh my god. They're doing a second one, right? Like, that's confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank goodness.
Yep. And we get Oscar Isaac back as Miguel O'Hara.
Oh, nice. Interesting. Alright, there we go. That is successfully lightened pink. Krylon, I don't think I'm doing it now. It was a past life for sure. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. The only thing that I have ever, like, spray painted without permission was a bunch of t-shirts. We needed, we were at a robotics competition. We were short people for the cheering section. So we were like, hey you with the white t-shirt, hold still a minute. People didn't appreciate that very much.
I've ever gotten to that is like writing stuff in cement.
Oh yeah. There's a wonderful. We were competing in film competitions. It's probably, I don't know, it must have been just before I met you, Adam, and so almost 10 years ago now. Probably more than 10 years ago now. And we went to Bellows Falls, Vermont, which is the most, like, quintessentially New England town you've ever seen in your life. And there's a alley there that kind of looks like it belongs in Jurassic Park. Like, if you shot it from a low enough angle, you could probably make it look like Jurassic Park. And there's one wall there that says that the graffiti, when you stare at it long enough, you realize that it says, "You are amazing, keep up the good work." I'm like, who did this?
There's someone in my town that has tags all over the city that goes by the name of I'm trying to think of how to like communicate this without using a slur.
Oh boy.
But it's a short name that is rat and then slur.
Oh dear.
Yeah. And that's someone who's hit a ton of places all over. And just like some really astonishingly difficult to get to places. You'll like be driving down the highway and like you'll see it up under the overpass, like directly in the middle of the highway, just like straight up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you're like, I don't condone it, but I kind of admire it.
You gotta respect that, right? I keep seeing this advert on Facebook or like a BuzzFeed video or something about a guy who, like, he'll cover up offensive graffiti with like food. Like he'll paint food over it. I'm like, that's really cool. Like, and food advertising for local businesses.
This is pretty good. I can't catch you yet.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why I did that. space this early, but here we are.
Indeed, here we are.
I'm trying to like minimize the color pores basically, so that I like use because I'm gonna use the same yellow on both characters.
Mm-hmm. So having seen, Mike, what you did for Mystique, I'm definitely borrowing that idea.
That's cool. Can you show it to the stream? It's awesome.
Yeah, do you have it on hand?
Let me go see if I can find it.
Cool. So Mike got his Mystique Mini in earlier in the week and was just like immediately inspired. And Adam and I were just like, whoa!
Yeah, I'm blown away by this.
And I will definitely be doing it with mine.
I've got way too many minis. So yeah, it came in and I was completely inspired when I saw her. And so what I ended up doing was doing her in a mix, like in a mid-transformation into Rogue. So
cool.
Since Rogue has a similar enough body structure and costume, it made it really easy. I didn't have to like green putty or anything else to try and make a costume. I just kind of added in the glove and sleeve. And I did a little bit of the boot, like it's like midway going through. Added in the like with the white streak and the brown hair. I figured it would stand out a little bit more and be noticeably Rogue.
Yeah. So my thought is I'm going to do Kitty with it. So half Kitty. Because again, similar body structure, but notably different character than Mike did. And that way, I don't know, I was just like, I'm not copying exactly.
Both up. I'm going to do Wolverine.
Dude, you should. Oh my god, you should.
I would have to actually like... Okay, so I just thought about how I would do it. Because Wolverine comes with his extra head.
Exactly.
I would just bite the bullet and not use it. And no, I would get a second Wolverine figure, honestly. So I could cut him up.
Yeah.
But that would be pretty cool.
That would be really dope.
I'm not going to do it, honestly.
No. They're modelers better than us who can do that sort of thing. Imagine doing a She-Hulk conversion with that model. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm hoping to find a decent... I'm actually like... There's these questionably legal packs of models on Etsy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were looking at these yesterday. They have great names.
Oh yeah. Well, there's also like there's other ones too that are like a lot of them are like statue packs.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like really gorgeous models, and I'm hoping to find a She-Hulk in one of those that I like better than the Crisis Protocol She-Hulk.
Yeah, the Crisis Protocol She-Hulk is like aggressively mediocre.
Cool, I'll buy it.
I've got one coming in because store credit, but
Right.
I'm just like whatever. It's just this is fine. What was the name on the Iron Fist one that made us laugh so hard?
Was it Kung Fu Dragon Punch Man?
Kung Fu Dragon Punch Man, that's right.
I think was his name. My favorite was Chore Overlord.
For Taskmaster, right.
Taskmaster, yeah.
You, kind of the similar thing with for Star Wars minis. And some of the great names were like Admiral Lobster Man. And other things that I got a kick out of.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing here with the knife is I'm just kind of slopping a little bit of darker gray in there I'm not paying too much of attention to where it lands. Because again, blood for the blood god will be employed.
I'm surprised you didn't use like Agrex Earthshade on his apron.
I thought about it, but I went with the Nuln Oil because I don't know. I guess that's what I normally use over white. But you're right. I guess Agrex Earthshade could have worked perfectly fine there.
For like, it depends on what kind of white I'm going for.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I ever use Nuln Oil on white. I use I will do either, like, if I want it to be like a dirty white, I'll use Agrex Earthshade. If I want it to be like a pristine white, I'll make my own really light blue wash.
Oh yeah, okay.
Really light. Which is probably what I'll do on Mystique.
Earthshade would have been the dirty, and the Nuln made it look like a. Really?
A shaded apron?
I don't know that I agree.
I mean, it does look dirty. It looks more, to me though, it's a different kind of dirt. Like, that looks like maybe
like oil dirt.
Like oil, like an auto shop, yeah. Like, yeah, it does look dirty.
I don't know. I stand by my decision.
No, I mean, you do you, man. Like, I'm not. I'm not criticizing at all. I was just saying what I would do.
No, I agree. I appreciate that. That's the kind of discussions we should be having.
Okay, calm down. It's fine. I'm not.
Here's one we haven't seen in a while: Gorthor Brown. I don't think I've used this since we did Brutality. Which is... Oh, no, that's not true. Some of the early thugs. Ow.
Okay, so put Kitty aside for a second. She has really dark, almost black. It's not like most of the X-Men have like really bright blue costumes.
Yeah, hers is much darker.
Yeah.
Which is why I thought it would work well for the Mystique Mini.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna pull the darkest blue that I have, and then Nuln Oil that.
Yep.
That'll be fine. Okay. So, what?
Depending on which shade you go with, you actually might be able to pull... I think I sent you Drakenhof Nightshade.
You did. I think that's what this one is. No, Druchii Violet.
Oh, okay. So I didn't. Oh, we must have been sold out then.
Erebor Crimson, Fuegan Orange.
Okay.
What you gave me. Which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no trouble. Happy birth month.
Yeah, birth month.
All right, good night, man. We'll talk next week. For sure. Chuck is one of the people who comes and visits me at the store every Saturday that I'm there. It's pretty great.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There's surprisingly little silver on this model. There's gonna be. This is in comparison to a lot of other costumes, he's very clothed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Particularly like his early one. His early one, he is bare enough to be awkward when he's not in metal form. You're just like, oh yeah, this is weird. You're like a 16-year-old.
Oh boy.
This is very strange right now.
Yeah. Brody Bruce would be asking questions.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Brody Bruce would be asking questions. Mallrats reference. And now I'm back on wanting to watch the Clerks cartoon again.
It's probably my favorite show ever made.
Yeah.
It's up there. Futurama's probably my favorite. But...
Yeah, right. Favorite non-Matt Groening show? Definitely. I would love for them to one day... I'd love for Kevin Smith to just be like, Bart it! We're making more Clerks cartoon! Don't care where it gets released.
Yeah, I wonder if... I don't know that you could do it anymore, like, to that degree.
No, I mean, you probably
like,
couldn't.
Part of what was great about it is how irreverent it was.
Yeah.
And like it really pushed the envelope on a lot of things, and I don't feel like they get away with that anymore.
Actually, you know what? Let me do it differently. I'll try a thing. Get experimental.
I have a really good Mojo model.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that I'm hesitant to try. It's gonna need so many supports. I probably don't want to even try that until like I get like another batch of resin.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's gonna be pretty
extreme.
I found also some on the old Marvel Heroes website, the fan website that they would post builds and stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
There's some character models on there.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can download 90 Storm, and she's posed and everything. Like, she's a little bit polygonal. I don't know like how that would turn out, but
we should try it.
yeah, I mean,
Grand experiment.
It costs like $1 to print one of these things.
Yeah.
You don't screw it up 8 times. I need more yellow. That kind of I have so many things I want to do. Boy, I saw that Dragon Ball paint job, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh, that was cool.
I'll just try to do minis that way. They can cell shade them. I mean, that's closer to how I paint my Hellboy ones, you know?
Right.
Because they have like those really defined black areas. that I'll like do the wash on the Hellboy one. This is probably what I'll do for Darkest Dungeon too. I'll do the non-oil wash, and then just go back in and hand add solid black areas after.
I thought about doing it that way with Brutality because they're very similar to the Darkest Dungeon style. But then I was like, I think they're going to be a little more lifelike if I don't do it that way.
Well, and that's an aesthetic choice. Like, I don't like things lifelike. So that's that's definitely my preference.
Yeah.
So like, I don't like magic style art, for instance.
Right.
Or like what's in the D&D books usually. It's I like realistic stuff. I like heightened fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That looks a lot better.
I was actually thinking of trying to do Brutality in like mostly brown grayscale. Do the heavy blacks, but also like pops of like day glow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
I don't know if you can get like blacklight mini paint or
you can.
Well, maybe I should pick some of that up.
That would be dope.
Pretty rad.
Blacklights are awesome.
Yes, they are.
And I did the story of the bachelor party I went to.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing laser tag, and so it was like blacklights everywhere.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was working at an animal hospital, which means I have access to lots of cool little tricks, including some fluorescent eye stain that you normally use with a black light to see if there are any scratches on the cornea and stuff.
Right.
I grabbed some of it and put it in my eyes before playing, and so I was running around with like glowing fluorescent eyes.
Oh my god, that's creepy as hell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And I would take advantage of, like, I'd come around the corner, someone would see me, they like freak out for a second, and I'd shoot them real quick in that like second that they were like panicking from like the creepy glowing eyes. And then I'd run off.
Awesome.
We got our hands on some blacklight paint when I was in 6th or 7th grade. And it was summer camp, and the big like end of summer event at our summer camp was Capture the Flag. Like the whole camp would shut down and we'd all play Capture the Flag. And
does every camp do that? Because I only went to camp like twice, and that's exactly what we did too.
Right. And so the zones were cut off by the cabins. So if you crossed the line of the first cabins, you were in the opposing zone. And you had all day to hide your flag, and you could hide it anywhere on the camp campus. And two of us who had played this game a couple of times, that scale game a couple of times, were like, okay, there's a sewer drain in our zone, in our zone, that we can crawl in, and it hasn't been like actually used for sewer drainage in decades, but it was there. So we crawled probably a good 250, 300 meters down this sewer drain, and just stuck our flag, which was a pool noodle, by the way, in the drain. And then night fell, and that's when the game started. And we somehow managed to convince the other team to, or rather, I guess the other team just decided to. I don't remember exactly the details, but they all painted themselves up in blacklight paint and glow-in-the-dark paint and stuff, so they could tell where each other were. And we're like, Well, now we know exactly where you are in our zone. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I had lived on a cul-de-sac with a ton of kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the summer it would be something every night. You know, it would be street hockey, or it would be capture the flag, or basketball, or whatever. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some big outdoor event every night. Sometimes we'd have like squirt gun wars where like you'd have bases and like there'd be a hose at the base that, you know, so someone was on the hose.
Mm-hmm.
But capture the flag was my favorite, and we had very strict rules of like you have to hide it somewhere visible, you know, etc. But one time we were just like at this stalemate. Whatever we had drawn the teams was just, it was agony. We were like, oh my god, we're going forever.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was go like the back way around the block, which was like a 20-minute walk. I just like walked all the way back into their backfield.
That's awesome.
And then just ran through it from behind, and we won, but like at what cost?
Right. So
An
we
entire night.
ended up winning because two guys ran into the opposing zone and slid under the cabin without being seen, which is where they had hidden the flag. They had hid it up under the cabin, but they had like their entire team wandering around trying to find our flag, while two guys patrolled around this one cabin, effectively telegraphing where their flag had been hidden. So these two guys just kind of hung out underneath the cabin, and nobody actually bothered to bend down and check to see if there were anybody in there. So as soon as the guards went away, they ran up a tree and threw the flag into our zone. Summer camp was a weird place.
It is. Do they even do summer camp anymore?
Well, they didn't this past year. But yeah,
Well,
it's a
I
thing
know,
that
but
exists.
outside of this past year,
Yeah.
do they do it?
Yeah, it's a thing that still exists. Some of my students go. But a lot of them are put on by public schools now.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, just like I feel like it's generally a bad idea to send kids out to the woods where they're only supervised by teenagers.
Yeah, it seems a little sketch.
Like, who's supervising the teenagers?
Right?
My question.
We've all seen Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah. Boy, I have a interesting relationship with that movie. It's like there's so much of it that I can't stand, but so much of it that I absolutely adore.
Yeah. That is about right.
It's a real weird movie.
It's such a strange casting choice too. Like, you've got you've got A-listers. You've got Paul Rudd. You've got Elizabeth Banks. You've got Bradley Cooper. But you've also got like Mighty Ducks stars.
Yeah, I mean, those were higher profile even at the time, though. The Mighty Ducks stars. Janine Garofalo was probably the biggest name in that when that came out.
Right.
But like all of those people went on to become. David Hyde Pierce was a pretty big name back then.
Yeah.
Have either of you used plant-based resin for printing?
Used what?
Plant-based resin.
Mm-mm.
So neither one of us has turned on our 3D printer yet. You're ahead of the curve here, Adam.
So fun. I was like, I'm putting this in right now.
I mean, to be fair, we both got ours midwinter too, and we were like,
In the house. The plant-based is supposed to smell less and be more flexible.
Yeah.
It's like a low order.
Oops.
So like next Hawkeye print I try, I'm gonna try with that. Especially because like he has that tiny bow.
Right.
It's so brittle. Might have to do I might have to do some manual shading Shadow Cat because I printed her straight up and down, which you shouldn't do.
Yeah, you should print them lying down.
Yeah, we should print them. She was straight lying down. You should print them at about a 30-degree angle.
30 degree?
Yeah. Because you get your lines. What's that?
Why do you print at an angle?
Because the more vertical or horizontal it is, the clearer the layers are.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
The more vertical, the clearer?
So, like, here,
more closer to 90 degrees.
I guess I don't.
So, like, the way that it does it is, a bunch of tiny slices, right?
Yeah.
And, God, let me see if I can kind of paint it over these, so, like, to the degree you can't really see them, but let me see. Check them out. 12, so... you can't see it on the camera. But basically, you'll just end up with sharper ridges. My brightness way down instead of zoom. sit for a minute. What's this is? Red bits.
Oh, right. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, so I need to do big white dots for his eyes. And by white, I mean Ulthwayne Gray. And by big, I mean using my smallest brush.
You see a little bit here on Colossus, boy. No, yeah, it's not. You can't see it on the camera, is the thing.
Oh, that's an easy fix. That's just pink. I can fix pink, no problem. So I get to see my brother for the first time since the pandemic started tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've seen each other, but not, properly. Like, we've been in the same room, but not... I haven't been able to hug my brother, gosh darn it.
Well, congrats.
Yes, I'm
I
very
don't know
excited
if
about
there's
that.
anything. Tell him I said hi.
I will. He has played your game before. He has a general idea who you are. And he's certainly seen the Mega Man tattoo that you drew for me.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I forget I did that.
Christopher certainly did.
When?
He was referencing Gen Cons. I think it was in the Letters Page Discord. And he was like, oh, such and such a year was the year of the tattoo. And I was like, which one? And he goes, there's more than one. Adam's drawn more than one tattoo? I'm like, he drew one for me and one for Matt at least.
Yeah. I've drawn a fair handful of tattoos over the years.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know, some of them way before I had any business drawing tattoos.
Oh boy.
There's one really weird one that I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I was like, are you sure you want this? And he was like, yeah, exactly this.
Oh,
So you know Mr. Mint from Candyland?
yes.
Okay. So he wanted Mr. Mint drawn decapitated with his own axe. And the head nailed to the wall. And on the nail, with a very long nail, and on the nail was a sign that said Ich liebe dich.
Okay. That's definitely not strange at all.
For anyone who doesn't know, that's I love you in German.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was definitely among the strangest things I've ever drawn. And this guy right now has that tattooed on his body.
That is bizarre.
Yep. Yep. It's real weird. Like, you're sure about this? This is what I gave him the drawing. I was like, I had to have done something wrong. This can't be what you asked for. And he was like, nope, that's it.
Good lord. I mean, good on him.
Yeah.
Enjoy your life, man.
Yep. Okay, bye. I'm just gonna slowly back out of here. Maybe you want to reevaluate your relationships. So who's to say? That's none of my business.
Yeah. All right, a little bit of dry brushing, and then we'll move on to the blood for the blood god, and this guy will be all set. This dry brush. Because Terminatus Stone for the base. The shoes.
So how was your Mario 3D World stream?
It was very fun. It was very fun. But we learned very quickly that Colin and Josh approach games very differently than Paul and I do.
Oh, because they want to do that 100 live thing, right?
Yeah, they were. Yes. Well, so their intention when we started out was to beat the game in one sitting. And Paul and I were like, we don't have that kind of time.
Not at all.
Like, it's not. I get that it's not a very long game, and it's definitely not a very difficult game. But it's still more than we can do in 2 hours. And here's Paul and me kind of, what did I say? Dumping around. Like, struggling to keep up with the two of them as they're speed running their way through the first world. Right. And we're like, dudes, like, what are you doing?
I've kind of had that experience every time I've tried to play a game with Colin.
Yeah.
With the exception of Dark Souls 3, I had a lot of fun playing Dark Souls 3 with him.
Yeah, I've played a couple of games with Colin and have an absolute ball doing it. And Colin's definitely popped by to watch me play one thing or another. But my thing when I'm playing games is it tends to be much more story-driven, or, oh, hey, look at this dumb thing that I can do.
Yeah, makes sense. One of the worst gaming experiences I've ever had was, or multiplayer gaming experiences I've ever had was, he was like, hey, come play Don't Starve together.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah. I've never played Don't Starve before, but I'll play with,
Yeah.
And I jump on there, and they're like all set up, their camp's all set up, that's like, their tech trees are all done, and I'm like, okay, so what do I do? And they're like, just come here, and then they'll go like fight a boss, and I'll die, and they'll be like, just don't res yet, we'll just wait. And I'm like, this is okay. This is misery. being sloppier than I should here because I'll go back over it. But
hopefully you had at least the internet connectivity issues worked out from Scott
Yes,
Pilgrim.
the internet connectivity was much more stable than when we tried to do Scott Pilgrim. That was a thing. Oh, that's Gracie. What the hell? Is it under here? Oh boy. Oh, okay. That scared the crap out of me. My white was not working.
And she just showed up?
What's that?
And she, what, just showed up at home or something?
No, my white paint.
Ah.
Sorry.
I thought you said wife too.
Nope, definitely did not say that. My wife is asleep.
So she's definitely not working.
She's definitely not working, that's true.
I decide what to do. So, like, he's got on this costume. There's like this sort of chevron thing that's black on, but I don't know that I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I might just keep it like this. Maybe a darker yellow.
That could work. Oops.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, wash is down.
Oh, sick.
Oh, nice. Dang, that looks good. That's really good.
So I just realized that Professor Pig has those fancy shoes that have like the white, thing on them, on
Pads?
the toes. They're like,
Wingtips?
Yeah. Which is a frustrating thing to learn this far into it. But that's all right.
I'm honestly surprised this turned out. Like, this 3D printers are cool.
Yeah.
This statue's like 8 inches tall. This Shadowcat model.
Which is, yeah, that's pretty rad for being that much of a scale down.
Yeah. Keeps a lot of detail.
Alright, I believe it is now time for Blood for the Blood God. The gnarliest of the GW technicals.
Hello.
Cat.
Cat jumped on my lap, yeah. She wants some attention.
They frequently do.
What do they give you in return?
Jack squat.
I know she's very affectionate. A lot of times she'll like lick my hand or various other things like that. She sleeps by me and is like my shadow.
Very well.
Bunker Buster tried to next level wash himself this morning by putting his tail on my leg and then lapping my leg and rubbing his tail on it. It was
Interesting.
My stupid dog will do that. Sort of.
You and that dog, Adam. All right. Here is Professor Pig in all his bloody, gory grossness.
No, you're not. That's disgusting.
Right?
Yeah.
Blood for the Blood God is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's super gross.
All right, Tweedles.
When we first, not when we first got him. Once he got a little bit older, we'd come out and be like, "Oh my God, there's this giant wet spot on the couch. Did this dog pee on the?" And we're like, "It doesn't smell like pee. I don't get it." We found out he's just licking himself in a way that makes the couch super wet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shootage.
My old dachshund used to do that. Like, she didn't lick herself, but she would just like lick the couch.
Animals. I'm not really an animal guy. Took me a long time to realize this.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
What was really funny is watching Paul try and interact with Emily's cats. while Emily and Matt were living there.
Oh.
We'd be playing D&D, and you'd just see Paul like awkwardly glance down every now and again. He'd walk into the room, and then like it looked like he was tripping over the cat constantly. All right. And Tweedle Brothers.
That's looking pretty
Oh,
good.
Oh, God.
Two.
There we go.
Oh, God.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Maroon pants, red suspenders, yellow tie, light green. Oh, you know what I'm going to do?
It looks like the name Joker.
What's that?
Stuff I was giving her lips.
Oh, dear.
Man. I usually try to just like dry brush them on.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can control them really well.
Right.
And it just didn't work this time. So let's go with the little guy. What's this?
So I'm giving them light gray shirts. And then I'm going to use the ink wash to give it a tone. Oops.
Well, that turned out well. Happy accident.
Bob Ross would be pleased.
She's got like a nice little smirk on her now.
Nice.
You can see that. Zoom. Let's zoom.
Oh, cool.
Look at that face. Man. Turned out nice.
Yeah.
She looks great.
Okay. Okay. Let's do Lockheed now. He's so small, man. So small. Dang. What are you working on now? Pretty? Oh, Beast.
He was just the closest thing I had to me.
I did get Beast fully magnetized. I was very happy with it. Came out well.
I saw that. I was like, the head, if the like they look too much like goggles. If they look more like glasses, I'd be more happy to use that. And then like the one holding the book, it was just like I just like that significantly better than just like here's an arm.
Well, so I mean, I'm approaching all these builds from an AOGS point of view, and depending on the scenario, we might be using Smart Beast and we might be using Brute Force Beast. So I was like, I'm gonna want both.
Probably just gonna pick one for. I will probably go with the same thing. No glasses. Yes, book. Depending on how the glasses look. Although, like,
They look pretty stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
They look like goggles, which is why I didn't like them.
some costumes with goggles though too.
Yeah.
You might be able to get miniature glasses that would fit him though too.
Quite possibly.
I know that, like I mentioned that there's domes for Mr. Freeze that you can get,
which is so freaking cool.
Yeah, that was like my one thing. I was like, it sucks that it didn't have that transparent dome over his head, but I understand why.
Yeah.
You can get them. I think you get I think they're like a 20 millimeter dome. And it just slots right over. Okay. It's magnifying glass time here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I never use magnifying glass. But this is so small. Ah. Hopefully fit flat.
So there's officially less than 2 weeks left of school. In terms of days at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And I think all my projects will actually be done on time this year, which is good.
Your project.
All the projects I've got the kids going.
Okay.
Although I have my own, as a librarian, I have library projects too, but those probably won't be done.
So I think I mentioned a while back that my supervisor was out with because she had heart surgery.
Yeah.
When she went out, like the head of the department or whatever was trying to like allocate work, make sure that we didn't miss anything, etc. All that good stuff.
Right.
Half of that stuff ended up going to me.
Uh-oh.
She'd already been teaching me a lot of that stuff. And I was like, it's a lot, but it's fine because it's all situational. It's like whether or not people need things or like if things come up more than like standard like daily or weekly duties that got put off on other people.
Yeah.
Well, Wednesday, all of it happened.
Oh no.
Single one of them. So the last half of this week was insanely busy for me trying to keep up with all of the stuff that had to get done.
This
But
I was... Go ahead. I was saying to Paul this morning, this week just kicked my butt. Like, it wasn't bad. It just so many things to do. Mostly centered around state testing, which is the dumbest thing since ever.
Yeah, Standardized tests suck.
They're not even standardized anymore, Adam. They're computer adaptive, which means that they get harder and or easier depending on how you're doing on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're really stupid.
So they're even more useless.
Yeah. I mean, they're useful if you're comparing a child to themselves, but that's not how they're used.
Right.
I was having a discussion about it with one of my 8th graders who absolutely loathes it, and I don't blame him. And I was like, dude, first of all, I know and you know that you are better than this test. Second of all, if we could just do our job, that would be lovely. If students could do their work and teachers could do their work, and everybody just trusts that we do what we need to do, the world would be a lot better.
Yeah, honestly, when I was a kid, I loved standardized tests. I was like, oh yeah, because I was very good at them.
Yeah.
So, I liked going in, getting this thing done, just I got to chill with my friends for a little bit in between,
Mm-hmm.
It was a day off from regular school stuff.
Yeah.
That the myriad advantages. And then I always aced them just because that's all they only test your ability to take the test.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was just very good at testing. So I really liked doing it.
I, on the other hand, was hot rubbish at testing.
I think the kitty is mostly good to go here. Break from flow. Switch back to fuel glitter. How are we doing, sir?
Aside for a minute, what do we do? The other one, I haven't the foggiest which one of these is Tweedledee and which one's Tweedledum, but that's fine.
Yeah, I think whichever one you put on the left is Tweedledee and whichever one you put on the right is Tweedledum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they know which one they are.
Probably not, now I'm thinking about it.
Was there any visual difference in the book?
In the comics, yes. Oh, in the Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
Let me take a look. I can tell you that it's literally right behind me. I can grab that and find out. That would be very beginning of Through the Looking Glass. None whatsoever. Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, there is. On their collar is either written Dumb Tweedle or, sorry. They've each got Tweedle around the back of their collar, she said to herself. They stood so still that she quite forgot that they were alive. She was just going around to see if the word Tweedle was written on the back of each collar when she was startled by a voice coming from the one marked Dumb. Oh, sorry, I missed a whole bit. They were standing under a tree, each with an arm around each other's neck, and Alice knew which was which in a moment because one of them had dumb embroidered on his collar and the other had D. There we go. So yes, there is a slight visual difference.
That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm. I guess that qualifies as learning and growing.
Sure.
Just because we haven't triggered the GIF all night. And I happen to have my hands empty at the moment. Oh, hello, mosquito. Gross. I guess that maybe means the black flies are done.
I hope it's silk. Which, what I'm gonna do is paint the whole thing just regular silver,
Mm-hmm.
and then use gunmetal enamel on the hair,
There you go.
so that it's the darker metal. Hello, my old friend. You're stuck inside the bottle again.
Nope, don't like it.
What's that?
So Beast's shorts. Like they're usually just like an off blue or a different blue than his skin.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do a little bit like a more distinct color and tried the Mechanica Standard
Max
gray.
stand. Yep.
Didn't like it. I'm just going to end up using my turquoise.
Fair enough.
Lid. You get hot in here?
So I was really frustrated today. It was beautiful out this morning while I was assembling all the Crisis Protocol minis, and I was like, oh man, I can assemble these and prime them and get them ready to go. It'll be great. And then it clouded over.
Oh, no.
Like just as I was on my way out the door. I was like, ah. And it never rained, which made me even more frustrated.
I'll usually like, if the temperature's okay. Oh yeah, you don't. Never mind. You don't have a garage.
Nope.
I'll usually do in the garage. If it's raining.
Yeah. Well, under normal circumstances, I just prime things at the store. We have a basement there that's very well ventilated, so. Mostly because there's holes in it.
Surprised. This is also the first. I ran out of the primer that I had before. And this is the first time that I used the one that you got me, the
Citadel?
Citadel primer. Yeah. And like that doesn't smell at all.
No, it doesn't. And I would probably use it to prime in my own basement if there weren't just so much stuff down there.
Sure.
Our basement is very badly in need of an overhaul.
There we go. Shorts.
Sorry, Broody, what was that?
I was saying beast with different colored shorts.
There you go.
And oriented right, because I'm terrible at this.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
I love how the Beast Mini goes onto the scaffolding. That, just the inherent stability in the way that he's connected is really impressive to me. Atomic Mass is just knocking it out of the park in terms of the structural integrity of their sculpts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they're doing an Omega Red.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would not want to try and print one.
No.
Colossus, great, because like he's super solid. Blob, great, he's super solid. If they, before I get to him, do a Mojo, I'll definitely buy that instead of print him.
Yep.
I don't really see that happening, but...
No, but there you are.
Mojo's kind of a non-combatant.
Right.
Yeah, but so does MODOK, kind of, mostly.
Yeah, MODOK at least has, like, lasers and stuff. I don't know.
There's also a MODOK TV show coming out.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, it just came out yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I have no interest in it whatsoever.
I don't like the animation style.
But, like, it wants to be Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, also, I don't know, I was actually playing with my wife about this yesterday. Like, this MODOK show came out, and I'm, like, the opposite of excited for it, because, like, to me, MODOK, like, I don't like him as a joke villain.
No, he's not a joke villain.
He's so, in his first appearances, and for such a long time, he is, like, the epitome of comic book weird science.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He gave himself this giant brain and a living computer, and he's not silly at all.
Right.
But, like, I don't know, that's the whole postmodern, we have to take the crap out of everything, you know?
Yeah. Based solely on his appearance, they've turned him into this goofy crap villain.
Yeah. Right, and I feel like it's mostly a bunch of people that don't know the comics. Like, this is the issue right now with Marvel, is that you have the same thing that happened to the animation industry. A few people got in, they worked their way into power there, and then hired their friends despite them not knowing anything about comics.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of gross incompetence over there.
Yep.
And that sucks.
Sure does, for all of us who care.
Right, because, like, I mean, I know it sounds like kind of petty, because it's just comics at the end of the day, but, like, these things mean something to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
These characters mean a lot to people, and so, like, for them to be mishandled is kind of a big deal in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. That's why I was so happy with how he was in Marvel Heroes. Brian Michael Bendis actually gives a crap about the character.
Yeah. Well, Bendis has his own issues, but, like,
Correct.
I would never accuse him of not caring.
Right.
So now we get to do the super tiny details.
Fun.
Hmm?
Super mega fun time.
Yeah. I get to draw X's.
Lots of them.
Tiny X's.
7 evil X's.
Keep doing this dumb thing where I paint too much and on one side, so I go to compensate and paint too much on the other. I'm trying for this sharp point here. Once I got that medal, I was really underwhelmed by how Colossus was looking. Once I got that medal.
Oh yeah, he looks so much better now.
Flick, titties, flick, titties, flick. Okay. Time brush.
Let's go. Here's one I haven't used in a while, Everland Sunset. Will be using it a bunch when I get to the X-Men.
Yeah, I use that one a lot.
Which one is it?
Yellow.
Oh.
Citadel Yellow is called Everland Sunset. Tiny little X's.
There's a guy down there. I'm actually gonna do his eyebrows that way too.
There we go.
So cool.
Did you paint the pages of the book white?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
I usually use a Xandri dust or something like that for book pages, but granted, that's my Warhammer Dwarf background coming in again.
Did you put anything on the pages?
Sorry, what?
Did you put anything on the pages?
I have not yet.
Are you gonna use a marker or something?
I have no idea how I'm going to do that.
That's what I would do as a marker.
Probably just do like when I get to these, do just scribbles on the inside, but make them look like they're
Sciencey
poetry.
stuff. Oh yeah.
And then on the spine, or as much as you can see of the spine, try and paint Yates.
Oh, that's good.
It's the consequent or the quintessential beast reading to me.
Yeah.
Not Shakespeare. I mean, Shakespeare's a lot harder to write on the spine than Yates, but I don't know. Maybe that's the X-Men Evolution bit for me, is he always quoted Shakespeare.
Yeah, he does quote Shakespeare a lot. He quoted Yates in like the first episode of the old animated series, the '90s one.
Yeah.
So like that's the one to me. I also there's a part that he does a quote, and someone asks him Yates, and he goes McCoy.
Oh yeah. He's really good in the animated series. Like, I really like the way they portrayed him.
Yeah,
Maybe butchering him in the comics.
yeah. I've not had any problems with Beast in any animated series that he's been in.
Accurate.
Heck, I like Kelsey Grammer as him in like X-Men 3.
Too.
Yeah. I enjoyed him in the new ones too. Who plays him? Nick Holt?
Yeah, he's a little bit mopey for my taste, but like it's young Beast, okay.
Yeah. He hasn't quite figured out what he's all about yet.
Yeah. But I like the jovial Beast.
Yeah. Willing to make a wisecrack.
Yeah. For us, do we not bleed?
But now in the comics, he has like no moral compass anymore, and he's like ends just by the means. And he does awful stuff.
What's that? You're super quiet.
In the comics, they've really like kept making him more of this ends justifies the means, like almost leaning into being Dark Beast from Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't super like that.
Yeah, I'm not on board with that.
I actually like. I don't like a lot of what they're doing with X-Men in general right now.
Correct.
Guaranteed, most of what I know is more secondhand because I haven't really read Marvel since AVX because of how poorly they did the X-Men in that.
That's probably a good place to drop off, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has not been very good lately.
It is not. Well, so, they're doing the Krakoa thing, and it, I think it's just taken kind of too long to pay off.
Mm-hmm.
I really like what Way of X has been doing. With Nightcrawler finally asking the questions that people should have been asking since day one.
Yep.
Why are the X-Men completely amoral all of a sudden?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Exactly correct.
Do you think this Fuegan Orange will do well on the yellow bits?
Not really. It's pretty obnoxiously orange.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. Okay. I do want it to stay pretty bright, so I'm going to be kind of judicious with the washes anyway.
Yeah.
So I might just do Agar's Earthshade on it.
Yep.
Just a little bit, just target it.
So I was hemming and hawing between using the Screamer Pink to try and make magenta-ish pants and using Corn Red. Went with Corn Red. I think it's the right decision.
Actually, I'm gonna try the orange because the Earthshade looks real bad. If I'm being super careful with it anymore.
Yeah.
It might be a flesh shade situation, but
Actually, yeah, you're right.
let's see what this does. Like the orange.
To be fair, the orange and yellow shades are very close to each other. I've definitely grabbed the wrong one in the past and just ran with it. What's with the yellow stripe on the tarmac, Broody?
It's like a crosswalk, like where you go down.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I did that too.
Okay.
Ultron, I think.
Now, why there's like a random coast erupting out of the ground in the middle of the crosswalk?
Yeah,
But that's the problem. One of the problems that I was like thinking about with a lot of these Crisis Protocol bases is some of the more scenic, like, I mean, I guess Storm's lightning makes sense. It's just erupting out of the ground, but like Toad standing on a brick wall that happens to be in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's rough. I think that like some of them are meant to be debris. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because let's face it, superheroes cost a lot in damage.
Yeah.
And never seem to have to pay for it.
You know, it's because legal proceedings don't make for good comics usually.
Unless Daredevil or She-Hulk is involved, and then even then they're pretty short.
And very specific.
Correct.
Don't they like handle it at certain times, like Bruce Wayne ends up paying for a lot of like rebuilding costs, or like Mr. Fantastic with all of his patents like ends up paying for a lot of damage?
Sometimes they'll gloss over it, but it's not usually like a major talking point.
It was a plot point for Fantastic Four a lot early on.
Mm-hmm.
That like they couldn't make their rent, so Reed would sell patents, or they would get evicted from the Baxter building because they caused too much damage.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yep, so it's not unprecedented, but you're right, it doesn't make for the best comics.
I don't know, did you guys ever watch the show Powerless?
No.
No.
It was on NBC and it only had like half a season. Essentially, it's like set in the DC verse. It's like an insurance claims agency that has to deal with superhero stuff all the time.
Was that with Vanessa Hudgens and
Alan Tudyk?
Alan Tudyk, yep.
Yeah. And it had so much potential, and like it just did not do. Like it turned into more of like a standard like The Office type, like shenanigans, and not like actually dealing with their superhero problems going on as much as it should be.
Huh.
Yeah, they
So less. It's kind of like Gotham kept saying that it was going to be like boots on the ground, like GCPD, and then turns into like, nope, it's just origin story for all the supervillains. I'm like, that is not the show you signed me up for.
Right.
One thing I will give Gotham though is that B.D. Wong was an excellent Hugo Strange.
Yes.
B.D. Wong was an excellent Hugo Strange.
Yes, he was.
He was really
Like
good.
a lot of the casting was very good in that show. I mean, some of it was really bad, but like overall, like I'd say, like casting was pretty on point.
Yep.
But once again, it was just not the show that was advertised, nor the show that I was interested in seeing.
Right.
Yeah, I was more interested when I thought that it was that it was during Batman's operation, and they would just never show him. It
Yeah.
was like the cops being around and like.
Oh, what? Like it was like actually like the GCBD Central like books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Me too.
And like maybe Gordon's only barely even a character, you know, like. That you're like, he's talking to his pet bat again.
Although I did really enjoy Harvey Bullock in that show.
Me too. Yeah, he was really good.
I feel like Harvey Bullock is always always written in one of two ways. He's either really an interesting character, or he's just Deputy Dingbat.
Yeah, he was very interesting in this. There's some depth to in Gotham.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. Deputy Dingbat is a good example. Using every one of these washes that you got me. I just happen to need to shade something purple.
Ooh. Successful birthday gifting.
Yeah, I sure don't want to make a wash for. I don't want to make a whole wash for something the size of Lockheed.
Right.
So like that. I'm pretty shocked that I 3D printed this. Because, like, I don't know if you can see fully, like, where the wash hit and, like, where the knees are.
Yeah.
Like, the seams and stuff.
Yeah.
The print has that quality to it. Has all the, like, folds in the clothes and everything.
It's crazy.
Just really nice. might strip and repaint Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like the paint job on her. And I painted her first because I mostly don't care about the character, and so I was
Yeah.
like, trying to work on her, you know.
Yep.
On who?
Carol.
Others.
Understandable.
Wait, can we have a Monica Rambeau mini now?
Yeah, please. I would rather that over Falcon Cap, also.
Yup. I want Falcon.
I know. War Machine's a good get there, though.
Yeah, I'm excited about War Machine. He's gonna be an easy paint. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Red Belcher.
Lead Belcher everywhere.
I need to get some of that before I get War Machine.
Next time we've got some in stock, I'll send some your way. We've been out for a while.
Oh my goodness, this is tedious, and I do not like it.
What's that?
Painting this scaffolding.
Oh
is
yeah.
really, and I do not like it. They're trying to get into each of the different racks, get different angles to get the cross beams and all the such.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Bugman's Glow now.
My brush.
Oh.
Bit. Give a little bit. Give a little bit of this yellow thing. The Shadowcat, Shadowcat model is not as detailed.
Oh, what are you? Oh, okay. Crumbs all over my desk. I didn't know paint left crumbs. Learning and growing.
Hey, what leaves crumbs is spray paint. graffiti spray paint.
Yep.
A lawnmower in the distance.
Who's mowing their lawn at this time of night?
Oh, it's 11 o'clock at night. Why are you mowing your lawn?
Okay, here's Beast on scaffolding.
Nice.
Wow, very cool.
Broody, I think you'll be pleased to hear what it's looking like the first post-pandemic concert I'm going to is going to be.
What is it?
Alice Cooper.
Nice.
Yep. With Ace Frehley.
They're coming here too.
What's that?
I heard that after that on the radio.
Yeah. I'm much more excited for Coop than I am for Ace, but Free Spaceman? Sure. It's $25 ticket. Like it's, I mean, lawn seats, but pack a picnic. It's literally 15 minutes from my house.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a good bargain to me.
It's pretty rad.
We were supposed to see Motley Crue, Poison, Def Leppard, and Joan Jett, but they moved that to next year. So I guess we'll still see that, but... Motley management wouldn't let them back in the back in the practice room. Yeah. And my guess is they probably couldn't get Def Leppard into the country yet.
Yeah, you could do it without Def Leppard, and then fine.
Yeah, I don't care. What has 9 arms and sucks, Def Leppard?
I used to like them a lot, actually. But...
No, I do enjoy listening to them. I've seen them a couple times. They're very fun.
I'll tell you what's cool, though, is watching Nicholas headbang the Quiet Riot.
Oh, good kid.
Did I post that video?
Yes, you did. Now I'm thinking about it. My buddy Eric and I got our friend's kid a Ramones t-shirt. Or onesie, I guess, when he was born. Apparently it was his favorite for quite a long time. And eventually he did, of course, outgrow it. But he was big enough to ask about it.
Where had Pink Floyd and Wu-Tang Clan.
Nice.
Lots of drinking Hop Nightshade.
Yup.
Hurry up, buddy.
Ow. I'm suddenly struck by how much Tweedledee and Tweedledum look like Sontarans from Doctor Who.
Look like who?
Sontarans from Doctor Who.
This is lost on me.
They're aliens that look like potatoes.
Watch is looking sloppy. I'm using this like mid yellow to give him a like piping on his costume.
Mm-hmm.
Basically outlining the yellow area.
Yeah.
But it's like a really nice clear division. Yeah, it's just looking a lot sharper.
Just a couple more base colors and I'm good. Detailing on Cody, Mike?
Yep.
Nice.
Moving back. Now that beast is all washed.
So I ordered a new monitor today.
Yeah.
Yep. Decided I'd just run out of screen real estate. Like, it was last night when we were working on OGS, Adam. I was just like, I have run out of screen real estate.
Yeah. That'll happen. I have 3 monitors. This one's going. So I need a new one.
I've been impressed. So I've had this Syncmaster 200, 2200. Sorry, Syncmaster 220 WM. I can read letters. Since junior year of college, and it's still going strong. I can't believe it. And then my other monitor is a TV.
This is, I'll say 7 years old.
Yeah. But I've also run out of desk space, so I had to purchase a like vertical stand so I can get one on top of the other, sort of. Which I think will work really well.
I actually did make these. I glued them to their bases so that they could stand together like this.
Oh, cool.
I want to do like something like maybe some marking on the ground that like indicates sort of like that they display that way.
I'm trying to think of what kind of like painted, road painting
Yeah, that's the
would work like that. And I gotta be honest, I'm coming up blank.
Yeah, I might just leave it. It's probably fine.
Oh, you know what you could do? I don't know if you can pull this off, but like tire skids coming around that corner.
Yeah, I don't trust myself to do that.
Fair enough.
Not with the many on there already.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so time to put the gray on the... Yep, that's it. What do you think for the ring around Shadowcat's base? Like, obviously Colossus is silver. Easy. I could do the purple like Lockheed.
That was my initial reaction, and I'm just like, that's Lockheed though. That's not Shadowcat.
I don't know. What didn't Shadowcat used to have like a purplish costume?
She did at one point, yes.
She had that blue one that when she was on Excalibur.
Right. Patching up the mistakes.
I can't believe they're doing Cassandra Nova.
I mean, that made me so upset. I was like, come on. Dumb characters. Freaking Grant Morrison.
Like, just do Emma Frost at that point, like,
Right?
or like, yeah, do Emma Frost, do a big villain apocalypse pack. I have a great apocalypse model if they don't ever do anything.
Good. Because if they don't, we will.
Yeah. I'm mostly just concerned about like the really hard ones. I hope they do a Mojo.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the greatest faith in a resin Mojo.
Right.
It'll just be fragile.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm glad they're doing an Omega Red.
Yep. Yeah, seeing that Omega Red model made me very happy.
Yeah.
It seems as though I've made significantly fewer mistakes on this one.
Well, that's the goal. Mess up less than last time.
Yeah. It's Lead Belcher time, Broody.
Yay, Lead Belcher.
For just the teeniest, tiniest of accents. The clamps that clasp the suspenders to the belt.
Give them the clamps!
The clamps! You want I should give him the clamps, boss?
Did I say you should give them the clamps?
Well, no, boss. God, I love Futurama so much.
It's my favorite show. I will probably make Futurama minis at some point when I find them.
That'd be cool.
That'd be what I call 1,000 years of progress.
So, like, I think the weak point of the show kind of is the movies.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite joke is from one of my favorite jokes. Is when it's the scammers, the Spronger aliens.
Oh,
you
God,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, I hate them. They're disgusting. But it's when one of them comes back, is like, all we found was this hair shaped like a 6. And he goes, give me that! Eats it. 9. Like, it's so understated. And he's just like really disappointed that it's a 9.
Yep.
That's great.
Alright, I'm going to give these guys brown shoes because that seems more Alice in Wonderland than black. So go Mornfang!
Let's get a brush that I don't give a crap about.
Nice save.
dumb brush. I need a smaller dumb brush. Once you guys are up and running, if you want to go in with me on any of these model packs, also, because they're like usually like $20.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like, if that's
Sorry,
like,
what was that?
what's that?
What was that?
When you guys get up and running with your 3D printing, if you wanted to go in with me on some of these model packs, we could share them. Usually they're like $20, and they come with like 4,000 models.
Yeah.
So like,
Very worth it.
that's 20 divided by 3 is a negligible amount of money.
Yup. Yes, that is definitely a good idea. Whoops.
I believe Commander Cody is
Oh
done.
my god, that came out so good.
Oh man, he looks awesome.
It's hard to make clone troopers and stormtroopers look unique. But between the sculpt and the detailing on that, I think you knocked it out of the park.
The clone troopers are a little bit easier because they have like all the different like color insignias and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The stormtroopers, are a pain because they're pretty much all the same.
All they know is killing in white uniforms.
Yep.
I think Stormtrooper knows how to install a toilet.
Much less at Babyface Bambino's house.
Alright, can you see the Colossus with the hair?
Yeah!
That turned out nice.
That came out really good.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get...
Oh shit. Oh. Sorry.
You're fine.
You can't suck the paint off of an enamel.
Oh no! Adam just did hardcore learning and growing.
Wait, what do you do?
So like, I don't know that I actually learned anything.
Well, you're not going to do it again in a hurry.
Yeah. I'm used to just sucking the paint off with my brushes. And you definitely can't do that with enamel.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, that's disgusting.
Front here. Enough.
blue.
Inking.
This is one, Shadowcat's one that I felt pretty confident reprinting
Mm-hmm.
because I really doubt they're ever going to add her.
Which is a shame. She's one of my favorite X-Men.
She's great. I love Shadowcat.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see them. I don't see them adding her to a tactical combat game anytime soon.
Right. All right. Let's see if my my camo shade Gambit pays off. Not to be confused with the X-Men character Gambit. Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
Slimy looking.
Well, I want them to just have the slightest green tint to their clothing. I didn't want to go to a full green base coat. Realistically, I probably could have pulled this off with a contrast paint, but that's not my jam. Contrast paints have their place in my palette, but this is not it. Effectively, Broody, the same trick that we were using on the pants, the jeans. Go with a gray, light gray base coat, and then use the inks to bring the color out.
What I did with the Goblin Glider, also.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want it to be the bright purple, because that's really more of a Hobgoblin thing.
Exactly.
But I just did metal. I did it silver, and then I did like a purple wash to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just gave it like just went.
I'll definitely be doing a dry brush over this, but I think for initial base tone, I think this is exactly what I'm looking for.
Maybe I'll go the navy blue for Shadowcat.
Yeah, that seems reasonable also.
Drench this gutter in Nolan oil.
Down in the gutter. Alright. That's that one. Flesh shade.
Yeah, honestly, like looking at this, I would not know it's not Curse's protocol.
I know, right?
I'm pretty amazed.
So hit it Beast with Skink Blue.
Yep.
Brush.
I think that is a pretty reasonable way to approach his furriness.
Yeah, I was debating between Kronos or Skink, and the Kronos I thought was just a little too pale.
What did you use for the base coat on Beast?
Just McCrag Blue.
McCrag Blue? Okay, that's what I thought.
And I used the Vallejo Turquoise for Mystique, and I used that for Beast's pants.
Okay. I think I'm going to go a little different on his pants, but that's a long way from now.
Got a ways on Beast still. Being that I don't even own it. My next purchase is definitely going to be Draxon.
Is going to be who?
Jackson Ronin. This is the only one of the Guardians set that I. And as I've said before, I don't care about the Black Order.
No. Black Order sucks. Useless.
I feel like they, in the comics, do nothing but detract from Thanos.
Yep. That is exactly what they do.
If he needs the Black Order, he's not as cool.
Exactly. Come on.
Camera down to show them. Let's.
Nice.
Let's see if I can.
Oops, bow tie. Greg said shoot, and we're done here.
Oh. exciting. I was kind of worried, to be honest. Like, I didn't know how well 3D print would go.
Well, now we do. And now we know that it's going to hold up.
Yeah.
And as I put this very last little bit of Agrax Earthshade on this base, I think that'll be time to call it. Let me just bring in Professor Pig here real quick so we can show that off.
Like, you can't, like, you really can't even tell that those are different.
Yeah, no, they look entirely legit.
Literally any character I want. Any character.
They're all there. They're all at your disposal. Oh, Mike's finishing up some detailing real fast here.
I hate Professor Pig.
I do
He's
too,
awful.
but he came out really well.
It came out well.
All right, Mike, are you good here?
By all means, we can call it.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you all for tuning in tonight. This has been a lot of fun. Mike and I will be back on Friday night for Trapped in Arkham. I believe, Mike, I haven't heard anything to the contrary from you.
Yeah, I'm still planning on being there.
All right. And Adam, are you streaming this week?
I don't know.
Okay.
If I am Wednesday over on Ryugami-sama.
Okay, and speaking of Ryugami-san, I will be over there tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, 8 Central for the This Is Difficult podcast. We're going to talk about video games and other things, but mostly just video games. And it's a great time. It's a lot of laughs and mostly just a bunch of shenanigans. Guys, this has been an absolute joy. I love doing this with you guys. It's so much fun.
Yep. I have a blast every week also.
Yeah. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.